Welcome to English with Kelvin. Today we are practicing our pronunciation with Anna's story. It is titled The Adventure Beyond the Stars. Without further ado, let's get started. The Adventure Beyond the Stars. In a quiet coastal town in Spain lived a young woman named Anna. She had green eyes that sparkled like the sea at dawn, and a curly brown mane that always seemed to be moving with the wind. Anna loved reading science fiction books and often lost herself in thoughts about other worlds beyond the stars. Her best friend, Javier, was very different. With a robust build and a confident attitude, he preferred sports to studying and was particularly passionate about astronomy. Every night, the two friends would meet on the hill near the town, where they had set up an old telescope that Javier had found in his grandfather's attic. There, they spent their time observing the starry sky and dreaming of space travel. One night, while Anna was adjusting the telescope, Javier noticed something unusual. "Do you see that?" Javier asked, pointing to a star that twinkled with an unusual glow. Anna looked through the telescope and saw the same thing. The star seemed to vibrate and change color, as if it were trying to communicate something. "It's strange," Anna said. "We've never seen anything like this before." Without further ado, they decided to investigate. They spent several nights gathering information and carefully recording it. As they progressed in their investigation, they realized that the star was not a star at all, but a kind of doorway to another world. The idea both excited and terrified them. One night, Anna and Javier decided they had to get closer. Somehow, they felt that star was calling them. They pooled their savings and bought some climbing gear to scale the highest hill, from where they thought they could get a better perspective. As they climbed the hill, the atmosphere began to change. The air seemed to vibrate with an indescribable energy. Finally, they reached the top and, to their surprise, found a small spaceship, just big enough for two people. Anna looked at Javier with eyes full of curiosity. "Shall we go in?" she whispered. Javier, always the brave one, nodded. They entered the ship, and immediately the door closed behind them. Before they could grasp what was happening, the ship began to rise, carrying them through the vast night sky. The journey was swift, and they suddenly found themselves navigating a space filled with unimaginable colors and shapes. The ship took them to an unknown planet, where they were greeted by beings with a strange appearance, but with gentle and friendly eyes. The extraterrestrials introduced themselves as the guardians of Argon, a planet that served as an interstellar crossroads. One of the guardians, named Zalthar, explained, "Our star has been twinkling to seek curious minds willing to discover new worlds. We see in you the potential to make the universe a place of peace and exploration." Anna and Javier, initially astonished, soon felt a connection and a sense of responsibility. They decided to accept Zalthar's invitation to learn about their culture and technology. They spent weeks on Argon, being taught scientific and technological principles that surpassed anything in their earthly books. One night, during a deep conversation under Argon's twin moons, Javier confessed, "I always dreamed of something beyond our world, but I never thought it was possible." Anna nodded, holding Javier's gaze. "Our dreams brought us here. We can't stop now." Together, The young people decided to bring back to their planet the knowledge they had acquired. The guardians of Argon gave them a special crystal, which contained all the information necessary to improve life on Earth without endangering its biodiversity or ecological stability. Back on the ship, they began their return journey, hearts full of hope and the crystal well protected. Upon returning to Earth, they did something incredible. They shared the technology freely and openly with scientists and leaders from all over the world, resulting in a boom of sustainable innovation. Anna and Javier, although they had returned to their daily lives, lived with the satisfaction of knowing that their curiosity and courage had opened a new era for humanity. The hill from which they had once gazed at the stars became a center of observation and learning, inspiring young and old to dream even bigger. One night, months later, as they sat again under the old telescope, Javier turned to Anna. "Do you think we'll ever return to Argon?" Anna smiled, looking at the stars with eyes full of determination. "Surely, my friend. The stars always have more stories to tell. Who knows? There may be more doors waiting to be opened." Methods to learn English. Total immersion. Surround yourself with the language as much as possible. Listen to English music. Watch TV shows and movies without subtitles or with English subtitles. And try reading books or articles in English. Practice conversations. Speaking with native speakers or language exchange partners can accelerate your learning. Platforms like iTalki or HelloTalk can connect you with people willing to practice with you. Digital apps and resources. Use apps like Duolingo, Babbel, or Memrise to learn vocabulary and grammar. These apps often offer interactive exercises to keep you engaged. Intensive classes. Enroll in an intensive course or hire a tutor to provide structured learning and personalized attention, which can speed up your progress. Set clear goals. Define specific, measurable objectives for your learning, such as learning a certain number of new words each week or holding a 10-minute conversation in English. Daily routine. Dedicate time every day to studying and practicing English. Consistency is key for fast learning. Learn common phrases. Instead of memorizing isolated words, learn useful phrases and expressions. This will help you communicate more effectively in everyday situations. Use flashcards. Use flashcards, either physical or digital, like Anki or Quizlet, to memorize vocabulary and phrases. Spaced repetition is an effective technique for long-term retention. Write in English. Keep a diary in English or write essays on topics of interest. This will help you improve your grammar and practice sentence construction. Listen to podcasts and audiobooks. Choose English podcasts or audiobooks that interest you. This will help improve your listening comprehension and familiarize you with different accents and speaking styles. Participate in forums and social media. Join online groups, forums, or social media where you can interact with English speakers. This allows you to practice the language in more informal and natural contexts. Do grammar exercises. Work with grammar books or online resources to strengthen your understanding of grammatical rules. Knowing grammatical structures will help you build more accurate and precise sentences. Play games and interactive activities. Use online games, crosswords, or language learning apps to make the process more fun and dynamic. Seek feedback. Find someone who can correct your English, whether it's a tutor, a native friend, or through online platforms. Feedback helps you quickly identify and correct mistakes. Create a learning environment. Decorate your study space with English materials, such as posters, sticky notes with vocabulary, and grammar charts. Having the language present in your environment can reinforce your learning.